Hello friends, welcome back to this garden and farm to channel. Today I'm going to show you how you can make green manure or green fertilizer for your vegetables and for all your crops at home. We're gonna use these green leaves. You can pick any green leaf given the fact that it can easily ferment or rot. So today I've decided to pick these leaves and I show you process by process on how you can come up with a very nice fertilizer for your vegetables or for your crops generally. Instead of applying these chemicals on your crops, you can make for yourself fertilizer so that your crops may look healthy, nice looking and everything. So let's pick these greens, let us pick these leaves and I show you how you can make them. You can use any greens, anything green, given the fact that it can rot. So don't worry about this. If you don't have this type, you can use another type of greens which can easily rot, which has soft leaves. So before you make this green manure, touch on the leaves of those greens to see that they are very soft. Let's go. The first step you do, you pluck off the leaves and avoid the stalk. But if you can cut or chop them with a panga or a bigger knife and chop them into pieces. So I decided to pluck leaf by leaf and put them in the bucket. The main reason why you should always try to use this type of fertilizer if you have crops, if you have vegetables, is that it is easy to make. Secondly, it can be applied immediately. Thirdly, it can be easily utilized by the crop once you apply it on your crop. This type of fertilizer called the green manure or green fertilizer is a source of calcium, source of phosphorus, is packed with so many nutrients that are needed by the crops, and you don't need to go and buy fertilizers from the market, it is cheap because you can use any type of green. You can even use grass. You can uproot grass in your garden and make this type of fertilizer. So why can't you try today? If you have vegetables, if you have crops, if you have anything that is growing, you can use this type of fertilizer. The second step, after putting the leaves in the bucket, you add ash. The advantage of adding ash to this fertilizer is to quicken the fermentation process because we need these leaves fermented in order for us to use them on our crops. So adding ash will quicken the fermentation process and also adds nutrients to this fertilizer. Thirdly, we add water. Water also helps in the fermentation process because without water, these leaves cannot rot easily. So we add water to the bucket and make sure that the water is covering the leaves. It is full. That's why we add water to the bucket and make sure we mix well with the ash so that everything in the bucket is mixed. Once you see that the water you've added is enough, kindly close this bucket tightly because we want to quicken the process of fermentation. After closing it tightly, you keep it under the shade and make sure that every day you come and turn this manure. You turn it because the upper manure will be rotting faster than the one that is lower. Close it and leave it under the shade. The fermentation process lasts for only 7 days. And after 7 days, your manure is ready and you can apply it to the crops if you can. Just make sure that it is completely fermented and make sure that all these greens you're seeing here, they are all fermented. So our manure is completely ready for use. Let's mix it and see. Yeah, it is fermented. As you can see, all the leaves fermented. So it is time for us today to apply our manure on the crops.